Did you know that technology can make a difference in the quality of life of those over 60? From monitoring your health, preventing falls, and even staying connected with your family, the new tools are here to ensure more autonomy and safety. And the best part, they are super easy to use. If you want to discover how these innovations can transform the lives of seniors, subscribe to the channel now and stay up to date with everything you need to know. Smartphones or tablets. Phones, smartphones and tablets are electronic devices that have made daily activities easier and more practical. Unlike traditional computers, these devices have touchscreens, meaning users don't need a keyboard or mouse to interact with them. This is very advantageous, as these devices are intuitive and simple to use, which makes access to technology easier, especially for those who are not used to more complex devices. For seniors, these devices are an excellent way to stay connected to the world around them. Communicating with family and friends is essential for emotional well-being, and smartphones and tablets offer many ways to do this. With these devices, you can make video calls, send text messages, join groups on apps like WhatsApp, and even share photos and videos. This helps to reduce the feeling of loneliness and promotes a feeling of belonging, as the elderly person can interact with loved ones even if they are at home. Furthermore, these devices have features that help the elderly to organize themselves better in their daily lives. Many elderly people, for example, have difficulty remembering times to take medication or appointments, such as doctor's appointments. With simple-to-use applications, it is possible to program alarms and reminders, ensuring that the elderly follow their routines more efficiently. This can greatly reduce anxiety about forgetting important tasks and help improve quality of life. In the healthcare field, smartphones are powerful monitoring tools. There are apps that allow you to monitor vital parameters such as blood pressure, blood glucose, and even heart rate. One example is the MediSafe application, which helps elderly people organize the administration of their medication, sending reminders and notifications about the correct time to take each dose. This can be a great ally in controlling chronic diseases without having to leave home or worry about frequent medical appointments. Many smartphones also have accessibility features, which help make using the device easier for seniors with visual or hearing difficulties. For example, it is possible to increase the font size, adjust the screen brightness, or even activate screen reading, where the device reads the text aloud. These features make devices more inclusive and accessible for all users, regardless of their limitations. Virtual assistants. Virtual assistants are artificial intelligence programs that work through voice commands. Tools such as Alexa from Amazon, Google Assistant and Siri from Apple are increasingly popular and help make life more practical and accessible. The great advantage of these assistants is that they do not require interaction with screens or buttons, which makes them ideal for elderly people with mobility difficulties or for those who are not familiar with technology. These virtual assistants work simply. The elderly person just needs to speak, and the assistant understands the command. For example, by saying, "Alexa, play my favorite song," or "Hey Google, remind me to take my medicine at 6 p.m., the elderly person can perform everyday tasks without having to touch a device or use the keyboard. This eliminates technology barriers and allows the elderly to carry out daily activities quickly and without complications. In addition to responding to voice commands for simple tasks, virtual assistants can also control other devices in the home, such as lights, fans, thermostats, and even security cameras. This means that the elderly person can, for example, say, "Alexa, turn off the lights in the living room," while in the bedroom, without having to get up, which is a big advantage for those with limited mobility. This voice control also makes the home smarter, providing a more comfortable and safe environment. Another big advantage is that virtual assistants can also provide useful information, such as the weather forecast, news, recipes, and even the location of interesting events. This can become a constant source of entertainment and learning for seniors, keeping them up to date and connected with the world. Finally, virtual assistants are great for organizing the routine and ensuring that the elderly person does not forget important appointments. In addition to medication reminders, you can set alarms for daily activities, such as exercise or even bedtime. This contributes to maintaining the physical and mental health of the elderly. Smartwatches. Smartwatches are more than just devices for showing the time. These modern watches are connected to smartphones and offer a series of features that help monitor the health and safety of seniors. They can measure heart rate, count steps taken during the day, monitor sleep quality, and even measure blood oxygenation. These features are particularly important for seniors who have chronic illnesses, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart problems, as they allow for continuous monitoring without needing frequent visits to the doctor. For seniors who need special care, fall detection is one of the most valuable features of these devices. If the elderly person suffers a fall, the smartwatch detects the sudden movement and automatically sends an alert to family members or emergency services, which can save lives by ensuring a quick response. In risk situations, such as falls, having this type of technology available can make all the difference, as elderly people are often unable to ask for help in any other way. Furthermore, some smartwatch models also allow the elderly person to make or receive calls directly from the watch without having to pick up their cell phone. This is very practical in cases of emergency when the elderly person needs help quickly but cannot access the phone. In this way, the smartwatch provides easy and direct communication, improving the elderly person's sense of security. Smartwatches are also useful for tracking physical activity, as many models include walking, running, and exercise apps that help keep seniors motivated to move. This can improve cardiovascular health, mobility, and overall quality of life for older adults. Health and well-being apps. Health apps have become an indispensable tool for monitoring the well-being of the elderly. These programs help control various aspects of health, such as measuring glucose, blood pressure, weight, and even administering medications. Many apps also offer features for scheduling medical appointments and creating reminders for important appointments, which helps you organize your routine efficiently. The biggest advantage of these apps for seniors is that they make health monitoring more accessible and easy. Elderly people often need to monitor several vital parameters, such as blood pressure and blood glucose, especially when dealing with chronic illnesses. With a simple touch of the screen, it is possible to record and monitor this data in an organized way. This makes daily monitoring easier and can help avoid health complications. Some applications even allow this data to be shared directly with the doctor, which facilitates remote monitoring. Additionally, many apps encourage seniors to stay physically active. Programs like Google Fit or Runkeeper are designed to record the number of steps taken during the day and encourage physical activity. This contributes to seniors' cardiovascular health and mobility, as well as offering a fun way to exercise with daily challenges or step goals. This way, health apps not only help you monitor your health but also maintain it at optimal levels with daily practices. Telemedicine. Telemedicine is a form of remote medical care that uses video calls, text messages, or even voice calls to carry out consultations. This is an excellent solution for the elderly, especially those who have mobility difficulties or who live in remote areas where access to medical care may be limited. Through telemedicine applications, elderly people can make appointments, talk to doctors, psychologists, and other health professionals without leaving home, which makes the process much more convenient and less stressful. The great advantage of telemedicine is that it allows continuous monitoring of chronic conditions, such as diabetes and hypertension, without the need to travel. Elderly people can, for example, send exam results or data from health apps directly to the doctor, who can adjust treatment as necessary, all without the patient needing to go to the office. Furthermore, telemedicine offers more comfort and safety for the elderly, as they can be seen quickly and without waiting for hours in waiting rooms. This reduces stress and exposure to other patients, which can be especially important for those with more sensitive immune systems. Accessibility technology. Accessibility technology is a set of resources created to help people use devices such as smartphones, tablets, computers, among others, more easily. This is especially important for those who have any difficulties with vision, hearing, mobility, or even understanding. These features allow anyone, regardless of their limitations, to take advantage of technology in their daily lives, making the digital experience simpler, more pleasant and inclusive. Modern smartphones have several accessibility tools that help seniors use them more comfortably. One example is the screen reading. This feature makes the text that appears on the screen read aloud. This is a great help for those who have difficulty seeing, as the elderly no longer need to read everything alone. The cell phone reads to him, allowing him to remain independent. Another very useful feature is the text augmentation, which allows you to increase the size of letters on screens. This makes reading much easier without the need to wear glasses or increase the brightness, which can be tiring. There are also high contrast modes, which make text and icons more visible by changing the screen colors to an easier-to-read combination. This is great for those with vision loss. Additionally, many devices offer the voice control, which allows the elderly person to use their cell phone, tablet, or computer just by talking. Instead of touching the screen or pressing buttons, it can give commands such as "turn on the light" or "send a message to my child," making using the device even simpler and more accessible. The technology also includes features for people with hearing or motor difficulties. For those with hearing loss, many devices offer sound amplification systems, which make the device's audio louder and clearer. Additionally, devices such as smartphones and tablets can be connected to hearing aids to make listening to messages or videos easier. When talking about motor difficulties, there are devices like bigger keyboards or adapted mice, which are easier to handle for people with motor difficulties. There are also motion control apps, where the elderly can, for example, move their head to control the computer or television without needing a remote control or mouse. These resources make digital life more accessible for seniors, ensuring that they can continue using technologies autonomously without barriers. Now, I'm going to tell you something that could change the way you relate to technology. Did you know it's possible to monitor security of an elderly person remotely in real time? And more, even motion detectors. They can send an alert if something isn't right. Want to know how? Stay tuned, because there's a lot more coming. Security cameras and motion sensors. As we age, mobility and reflexes may decrease, which increases the risk of falls and other types of accidents at home. This can cause serious health problems, especially for those who live alone and may not be able to call for help right away. This is why safety becomes a greater concern as we age. Security cameras and motion sensors are technological solutions that help monitor the environment, detecting incidents quickly and providing more peace of mind for the elderly and their families. As security cameras, they can be installed in key places in the house, such as near the stairs, in the hallway, or in areas more prone to accidents, such as the bathroom. They allow family members or caregivers to monitor the elderly person in real time through applications on their own cell phones or computers. If a senior suffers a fall or is unwell, the camera can provide essential visual information so caregivers know what is happening and can take necessary action immediately. Motion sensors. These are devices that detect any change in movement within the home. They work in real time, sending alerts to family members or a monitoring center if the elderly person remains still for a long time or if something unusual happens. Some sensors can also be set to trigger an alarm in emergency situations, such as a fall or an intrusion into the home. These devices bring many advantages, especially for elderly people who want to live longer. Autonomy. With the presence of these technologies, the elderly feel safer, knowing that they can count on remote monitoring from their family members or caregivers without the need to be constantly monitored. The idea is to give more freedom without compromising the security. For family members, cameras and sensors offer tranquility, as they can monitor the safety of the elderly even when they are far away. This is especially important for those who live far away or for those who cannot afford to visit their home every day. Remote monitoring provides a sense of proximity, allowing the family to stay informed about the elderly person's safety. These technologies, therefore, are a form of prevention. They help to quickly identify any risk situation, which can make a difference in times of emergency. Video call communication platforms. Video calling platforms such as Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, and Google Meet allow seniors to talk to their family and friends from anywhere through video and audio. They are ideal for those who, for some reason, cannot meet physically, whether for health reasons, distance, or mobility difficulties. These platforms offer a simple way to maintain social contact active, which is essential for the emotional and psychological well-being of the elderly. Often, elderly people who live alone or have difficulty leaving the house end up feeling isolated and disconnected from others. The social isolation, it can be harmful to mental health, leading to feelings of loneliness and even depression. Video calling platforms offer an effective solution to combat this isolation, allowing seniors to maintain constant contact with their loved ones. A video call. It also allows the elderly to see the faces of their family members, which brings a sense of proximity and belonging. Seeing your children, grandchildren, and friends, even from a distance, can make all the difference in the elderly person's emotions, making them happier and more motivated. These platforms are extremely easy to use, even for those who are not very familiar with technology. With a little guidance, seniors can learn how to download the app, log in, and start a video call. Many platforms offer intuitive interfaces with large and visible buttons, making it even easier to use. Furthermore, calls can be made on both smartphones and computers, adapting to the preference and needs of the elderly person. Video calls are especially valuable for seniors because they provide the opportunity to actively participate in family interactions, such as birthday celebrations, end-of-year parties, or simple informal meetings. This helps to improve the quality of life and strengthens family bonds. Cognitive stimulation games and applications. Cognitive stimulation games are activities designed to exercise the mind and improve various cognitive functions such as memory, logical reasoning, attention, concentration, and mental agility. These games can be found in apps for smartphones, tablets, and computers, and are especially beneficial for seniors who want to keep their brain active. These games include challenges such as puzzles, crosswords, memory games, math and logic challenges, among others. They help train the brain in a fun and interactive way, which makes the elderly person feel more motivated to participate. With aging, the brain also undergoes changes, and it is natural for some cognitive functions to decrease, such as memory and the ability to concentrate. Cognitive stimulation games are an excellent way to prevent or delay this decline, keeping the elderly person's mind sharp and in constant exercise. Studies show that regular use of these games can help reduce the risk of cognitive diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Additionally, these games can improve self-esteem of the elderly, as they feel capable of carrying out challenging activities and still having fun. These games are designed simply, with adjustable difficulty levels, so that the elderly can start calmly and increase the difficulty as they feel comfortable. Some games even offer positive feedback, which helps to stimulate the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction. Additionally, many games are free, or they have free versions, which allows seniors to have fun without having to spend money. Playing these games regularly also helps reduce stress and improve mood, as they provide moments of leisure and relaxation. Personal emergency systems. Personal emergency systems, such as panic buttons, emergency bracelets, or smartwatches with SOS function, are devices that allow elderly people to quickly ask for help if they fall or feel unwell. These devices work as a way to ensure that the elderly have quick access to help, even in times of emergency. These devices are essential for seniors who live alone or who are at higher risk of falls and health problems. If an elderly person falls or becomes ill and cannot reach their phone, the emergency button could be the difference between receive help on time or not. Personal emergency systems are simple and easy to use. Typically, they come as a toothpaste or bracelet that the elderly person uses on their body. When needed, just press a button to alert family, friends, or emergency services. Some models have the function of automatic fall detection. That is, if the elderly person falls and cannot activate the button, the system automatically sends an alert to whoever is monitoring the situation. A technology has been a fundamental ally in improving the quality of life of the elderly, offering tools that guarantee security, autonomy, and well-being. From security systems, communication platforms, to cognitive stimulation games and emergency systems, technologies can make a big difference in the lives of elderly people allowing them to live more effectively. Independence. Feel more connected with your family and be able to carry out your daily activities with more ease and confidence. The adoption of these technologies is an important step to ensure that elderly people have a full, healthy, and safe life, taking advantage of the advantages that modernity offers in a simple and accessible way. Now you know how technology can transform the lives of the elderly, bringing more security, autonomy, and connectivity. But what you may not know is how these technological advances can be simple to use and of low cost. If you like this content and want more tips on how to improve the quality of life in old age, subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos.